What got you rifled? What got you like, ugh? What made you go, what? What made you feel like, no? Still want to be leaders? Talk to me.
So in like the quietness thing where you just turn everything off and like just everything quiet. How long did it take you like to hear the voice of God?
It wasn't a long, long time, Christopher, but it was many, many moons and months. I think just a day, I did it every day. Every day I would just get in a little closet, close the door, be in the dark, and just sit. And for most of that time, let's say if I did it for hours, for 45 minutes, it was just closing doors. It's like the sound of your own mind, like traffic. What am I going to do about dinner? And, isn't this stupid? And, all of those conversations and who does this kind of crap? And, just hearing all of those kind of thoughts. So I'm working, and so part of it is just getting my own mind quiet. And I would do that for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then for that last 15 minutes, it would just be quiet. But it took 45 minutes to just quiet. And then the last 15 would just be bliss. You wouldn't hear anything. But it would be that I took control over my own mind, over my own highway and traffic system, and said no cars. And once there was no cars and no movement, it was like after that, maybe about 3 or 4 months after that, I would begin to hear God say, I mean, to hear his voice say it. It wasn't big, but it was like, just very, but because I had put the decibel of the world down and raised the volume of that time that I really wanted to hear him, you could really hear him. And then, I would start later to journal that, like if he said something, and you would just speak at different times. It wouldn't just be in a closet. I would be doing something and I could hear him say, well, why don't you come to Isaiah 40? Heard that. I got it. I get my Bible and I would read something and it would be something that he really wanted to share with me. And I thought, oh, it's just so good. So it's been a conversational relationship. And then my journals share that things that he would say. And then as I got older, I would be sad because he would say, I shared something with you or told you something, and then I would forget it. And so learning to kind of keep that that conversation or whatever he was sharing forefront was important. So you get it, but then can you keep it? You hear his voice, but can you obey? Which is what I believe when Brittany was sharing about the obedience piece. Really, obedience is to him. Can I obey his voice? And another voice not follow, not even my own voice. Because my own voice can be pretty loud. Is that right? Yeah, so I had to learn to obey his voice and another voice, not follow. Any other questions? That was it. Is it quiet? Freak you out about quietness?
When I try to hear from God, like when I like even when it's quiet and I don't have it, I feel frustrated. How do that?
I think your frustration is at yourself, and you just need to take authority over her. It's like if you spend time, time will produce what you want. So it's kind of more like a consistency. And yes, I don't know if you beat yourself up so much as you say, look, we're not doing that. Just quiet, or just shut up. Just shut up. Because whoever makes themselves available to God, he will not disappoint. He will never disappoint or bring to shame anyone who trusts him. So if you're trusting him enough to shut everything down and listen to him, he's going to speak. And I like the way Priscilla Shearer, who's the daughter of Tony Evans, I don't know if any, y'all are probably too young to know who he is, but Priscilla was saying, she said, okay, Jesus gets him on the cross. He dies this horrible death. They're plucking out his beard. They're putting nails in his hands. They're putting nails in his feet. They're putting his spear in his side. He's doing all of this stuff to give you life or have a relationship with you, and then he doesn't talk to you. That's pretty dumb. How does he go through all those gyrations, go through all those changes, dies on the cross, get up from the cross, go and want to live in your heart, and then say, well, I don't have nothing to say? It's kind of really dumb for God to have done all that and not want to talk to us. So we've got to establish that he wants to talk to us. The question is, can we listen? Can we get in a place to hear? And when he's talking, because he's a talking God. He spoke, he said, he commanded, he did all this stuff all through the Bible. He's got all of these action verbs of speaking to people, but then we say, I'm here for you, I love you, I want to know you, and then he doesn't talk to us. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute. So he is going to talk. But you've got to tell Emily to be quiet and consistently kind of get her under control. You know, like you control your hair or you control certain things. Like, you know, they say if you tame your hair, you don't have to do as much work with it. Like, if you do certain things, if you do certain things to your skin, it kind of starts doing its stuff on its own. Just natural. It's the same way in the spirit. If we work it consistently, it's just going to start doing what it needs to do. And so your mind will say, let's better shut up and be quiet. Because you've said it so much. Be quiet, shut up, he's talking. Well, he's going to talk, just be quiet. So it's kind of like talking to yourself for a minute, but then he talks. So, who else? What?
Um, that I don't have a question. I was just thinking everything you two were saying.
How did it impact you? What do you see differently? What do you feel different?
Um, I guess the part you said about like feeling this big
The empty.
take for you and say
Mm-hmm.
like you feel like you just couldn't control it and you gotta accept just like that was like relevant to me.
I think that is relevant for us as leaders. It's always going to be relevant because it's always going to be happening. I mean, once you start the process with God, he's tenacious. He is so tenacious. He's like, all right, we started this journey. I'm not going to drop you. I'm going to keep growing you. Now, people can drop themselves or they can pull out and say, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. But God will never, he will keep growing us. And so, yeah, you do feel like, what happened? What has changed? And what has changed is that he is making you, he's putting more in you and making you bigger so that he can bless you with more. And again, I said he's the God of more. Say that with me, the God of more.
God of more.
That's, I guess, the main thing is that he's the God of more. He's not little, he's not small, he's not scanty. He's always wanting to do more, show you more, reveal more himself. He's the God of more. And so as a leader, like David, you go from being out back with the sheep, you go to being up front and, with the Philistines, you get Goliath killed, then you got to kill, this thing and this one, and then you get to Saul, and you're like, should I kill Saul? I killed everything else, and God says, no, the game changes here. So you can't kill this one because even though you've been doing that all the time, you got to change because he's the one who's your leader. You're his leader, and so you kind of, as you go, you make mistakes down the road like David did. He's a great person to study for leadership. But it is about more. He wants to keep growing us and helping us. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you. So the Lord bless you. See you. And cause his light to shine upon you and get you.
Thank you.